Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Alkimos Station on a very cold April morning. The sun is just rising. I did have to drive here because it's a Sunday and terrible train services on Sundays. The first train only leaves the city at like 7:20. So it's like 8 by the time it gets here, which is way too late for today's first 485 service. Yes, the 485 was originally part of the Yanchep extension bus consultation plans from the first day that they were released, but it said it wouldn't be, well, I don't think it originally said it wouldn't be an original route, or maybe it did, but anyway, it said it was going to come in mid-2024, like August, and they already put up all the bus stops and all the signs for it. They've literally had these big massive poles up in the suburbs with this sign. Before it said it'll start in late 2024, then they changed it to this. Since the Yanchep opening, that's 9 months, or even 10 almost, to July, to May, end of April from July. Definitely the most pre-planned bus route, having these up already. But then it never came, even though there were stickers on it which said it's coming mid-2024. It never came. Then they said it's coming December, like end of the year. Is that a train? Is it? Yeah. Oh, look at that. I think it's the first Yanchep service of the day, going full speed, 3-car, full speed to Yanchep to go start service. Yeah, from the cool Alkimos bus interchange. Anyway, they said it was coming then at the end of the year. That didn't happen. Then they said it's going to start for the start of the 2025 school year, so like February. Didn't happen again. So many delays. I think it's like Transperth's most pre-planned bus route ever. Like, they already put all the signs up, they already put the bus stops up, they already put the information up about it, especially when you were searching up buses to Alkimos College. Everything was up, but the route didn't even exist. And now it's April, which is 9 months after the Yanchep extension opened. But now there's an alarm going off just because there's a car over there. Anyway, 9 months, and only now have they put it into action. So here it is, stand number 2, 485. They have changed it. I was just here on Tuesday, hadn't been changed yet. Why does it have to be in the same stand as the school extension trips? They have so many spare stands, especially at the back. Stand 4 still empty. That's where I thought it was going to be. So dumb. But yeah, that's the whole timetable. It's just a small route, Alkimos to Butler, but actually via the streets of inner Alkimos and Eden Beach Estate area, instead of just Marmion Avenue like the 486. It's actually every... what? Oh, 10 minutes to the first Perth train already. Okay, that train must have been the second one then. But yeah, there's no Yanchep train for ages. Yeah, so you can see it's actually every... I don't know, it's every 20 minutes in peak from Alkimos. But every 10 from Butler, I think. See, it's every 10 from Alkimos in the morning to Butler. So that is so much service. Yet again, as typical with the Yanchep extension routes, they just give it way too over-exaggerated of a service. What do you mean every 10 minutes? There's also the 486 complementing it anyway, so it should be alternating. 486, 485, 486, 485. But no, it's like 485 connects with every train, well, at least when it's 10-minute frequency. And then 486 as well running, also 10-minute frequency in the morning. Do they live at the same time? Probably. Okay, let me check. Oh no, probably not, because they arrive to Butler at a different time. No, they don't. Okay, but anyway, there's just way too many buses. But anyway, if it was a weekday, first there's 444. What? For the new 485. Crazy. But luckily it's a weekend, so first service is 6:34 Sunday, because they always start on Sunday, so it's not that bad, which is why I'm here right now. And it should be in 10 minutes, which Alkimos bus depot, right there. All the buses, so the driver is probably not even there yet. He just pulls in and just drives over here. Hopefully, if it's an Alkimos shift. Imagine it's not. But yeah, it should be. So we'll just wait for that. We'll just check the big bus map over here. Yeah, it has been changed. So you can see Alkimos with 4 routes now. There's only 3, like seriously, this whole bus station for 3 bus routes until now. There's obviously provision for more, especially when 487 and 488 extend. I have filmed every other Yanchep extension route in the original video on the day they started operating, but today we have to cover this one. 45 goes in here and down through there. So the whole reason it didn't run is because this little section of Mirabilis Avenue connecting this estate to this estate, because there's still sand in between here, wasn't built yet and there wasn't sufficient lighting on it, so they couldn't run it. But now it's finally open. I do know what all this looks like though. I've walked through all of there so many times, especially on Tuesday, because I actually have a specific assignment in university right now talking about the Eden Beach estate, which is this whole area. So I actually had to walk like every street of it anyway. But regardless of that, it's still cool to have the bus going through there. As you can see, effective 27 April 2025, which is today's date. Although this thing here, they actually had 485 as the example number even before they put 485 on it, which is so strange, as those legend icons. And they also already had 485 on the map at Butler, at least on one side, since like the opening, the first day they already put it on. But then here it wasn't on, which is also really stupid. Anyway, let's warm up inside. Luckily all these stations have a building so you can warm up. 92 minutes still for the first Yanchep service. What the hell? That's more than an hour and a half. It comes here after 8 a.m. How does the first train get here after 8? That is so bad. From the city. Oh, there's only 4 minutes left. Oh. I've been talking for... Excuse me? Attention passengers, your train services are delayed. What? Bro. I think that's just a default message at this point. Because there's literally delays every day. Ah, yes. Totally delays at 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday. Nah, that's just a mistake. But that is so funny. It's like the fact that at this point there's delays so often that they just put the message up regardless. No, anyway. Okay. Here we go. Sun's rising over the emptiness of Alkimos, all the dunes. The sun rises so fast. It's so surprising. At 6 a.m. it's still pitch black in winter, which is so surprising to me. Like, honestly, crazy. Like, I remember first Ellenbrook line train, it was 4:50 and it was already day like this, even brighter. And now it's like so dark. But then once it starts rising, it's really quick and you can see it's already bright now. Mostly. First train in 5 minutes, so even if I lived in Yanchep, I wouldn't be able to connect to the first bus with the train, because you just miss it by like 2 minutes if it's gonna show up on time. Still haven't seen him left the depot. Hopefully he knows where to go as well, and we'll see if they've put up, I mean, if they've taken the stickers off all the bus stops now that have been there for so long. Aha, there he is, most likely. Seriously, leaves the depot 2 minutes or 1 minute before your branch depart, so you're already late. That is already late. You should not be leaving that late. This is seriously 1 minute until departure. But anyway, you just have to come over here. He's gonna be like, picking up his shift. 485, what is that? I've never done that. Imagine he actually has no idea. Well, that's what I'm here for. Always an enthusiast on the very first service. Especially when they randomly introduce routes like this. Like, this is really rare, to be honest. You always get, obviously, a massive batch of new routes when there's an extension. Like Yanchep extension, Ellenbrook, everything. But to actually have a standalone route just randomly introduced on a Sunday with no other changes or minimal other changes, there are a few others in the Yanchep area which I'll explain later as part of this video. Yet again, more Yanchep changes. Yeah, it's pretty rare. I think the last time we had a standalone route coming in was the 249, which was what, January 2024, I think, from Hilbert to Armadale. I did go on the first service of that as well, so you can see whenever there's a standalone route, I try to go on the first service. I love how you can just see the depot from here and zoom into him. Obviously just a typical Optimus B8. Alkimos depot is full of them, except actually the ex-Perth Future Bus Cat Middies, which is really strange to have them here. 2140 to 2145, I don't think 2139 is, but they're smaller than usual buses. They're B7s, and they've actually left the extra line of grab poles in them, which is so stupid that they have extra standing capacity in an area where it's completely empty all the time. But they did change the second wheelchair area on the same side to be removed, replaced with normal seats, and obviously refurbished them because they're so old already. And there's the route diagram. It's just 15 minutes to Butler. The whole thing is 2 sections as well because Butler's still so close, but the other one's even less, for it takes like 8 minutes. Actually, the train from Yanchep is just coming in now, so maybe I could have caught it because he's slightly late. But obviously I'm not living in that direction. Oh, it's so blurry. There we go. Just a typical B series. There that goes, the first Perth train of the day on a Sunday, set 98 and 122, obviously completely empty from these Yanchep areas. But here's our bus to do the first ever 485 service operating finally after 9 months since the Yanchep extension opened, even more, 3244. And he's late as well, by 3 minutes. Okay, so just while you're watching the bus route and we come through here, this is the border of Jindalee and Alkimos right here at the edge of the Eden Beach estate. And this is Mirabilis Avenue, which is the sole reason that this route has taken so long to be introduced. I've actually seen some of the other bus stops in the area. They've changed the stickers, like at that one up there. If you look at the top of the street, that one, they've changed those yellow stickers on them. Someone actually went through this area to change them to say it's starting April 27th instead of mid-2024, finally, after so long of saying mid-2024. But this bit of road is the only reason why it couldn't run, because this whole area in between was just sand. It wasn't even houses or anything. I mean, it's still sand, but they're finally building it up. See right there? Before it wasn't, and this road had no lights. Actually, it didn't even exist. The road wasn't even here, so you had to go all the way around to Marmion Avenue. Now the bus will just come through here, which is going to be such a weird spot. here through this sand in the houses. They're putting some new bus stops right here, actually making it accessible. They've even got the curb ready for it, and they're gonna put the pole right here in the next few days. Styrofoam, because I'm filming this on Tuesday before the Sunday that it opens. I'm actually here as part of a university assignment that we're doing on new developments, and we got assigned this Eden Beach development, and now we're here just before the bus route starts operation. What a shame. I would have actually needed to use the bus route, but have to be here slightly earlier than it starts. That's very sad. But yeah, get back onto looking at the route. All the way up now and to Butler Station. Well, there we are. That was the whole 485. Absolutely zero passengers as expected. We are now at Butler Station. Of course, no one used it. We actually caught up to the people who were changing the signs like halfway down the route, or like towards the end of the new section. I saw the guy with the truck changing the signs, so they actually did deploy someone to go do it just now. So funny. Please be advised that this door is out of order. Please use the emergency exit door until further notice. What the hell? It literally opened. It's just this thing blocking it. Why? That's so weird. He's gonna do 44 now, so he's just gonna continue down to Clarkson. The Smart Hire processor didn't work at the start. Either they just didn't update the what's it called? ETAM codes yet. Or I don't know why, but anyway, why is this? Here's the 45 on the Butler map. This section is supposed to be temporarily marked as well, just like the end of the 487 there, because it's gonna go here through this area of Jindalee eventually. So that's a bit strange. This bit's really in the middle of nothing still, because there was like the separation between Jindalee and Alkimos, but now they're starting to construct there. There's 2 bus stops along that section. Some of the signs here have actually been changed on Butler Boulevard, but on Marmion Avenue there was still one which only said 486, but that's going to be changed in the next few minutes because the truck was right there. Effective 27 April. Yeah, it says the same thing, even though one of these maps already had the 485 before, but they had to change it now anyway, I guess. Okay, and oh, another NIS train. All the trains just go NIS up to start service in the morning. That's set 1, 2, 3 over there, 3 car. It always feels so weird coming to Butler now. I literally never go here anymore. I always go to further stations up, so commonly, but Butler I so rarely get off at. And there's set 113, also 3 car, heading to Perth. But I am not getting on, because if I get on any of those trains, then I can't get back up here at all. And we still have more changes to go and explore. including the new 494 Yanchep Lagoon deviation. Yes, another new deviation introduced to the Transperth network. This one is so strange. Like, Yanchep Lagoon was already served pretty much by the 494, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They brought I mean, like, you can get to there pretty commonly with the 494. That's also where the old 491 went. But no, they've actually made a weekends and off-peak deviation to go even closer to the lagoon. So that is really not going to be used much. I need to get up to Yanchep for that, but obviously there's no train for like an hour still, so I'm just gonna have to wait. I might actually run back to Alkimos right now and just catch the second 485, because there's like nothing to go on right now. Look, all these buses are going to Clarkson until the first 485 from here at 8:05, but it's like after the second 485 from Alkimos even gets here, so I'm literally stranded now. It's so funny to say you're stranded at Butler in daylight. I can only go towards the city, I can't go up. But let's just take a look at this weird emergency exit. I've never seen this open. Why? It's so weird. What happened to the door? You just go in and now you're already behind the fare gate. It's like, what? How do you even tag on? First train in 65 minutes. So bad. Yeah, you can't really tag on now, can you? People are gonna get so confused. They're gonna try tag on there, which is the tag off point, and then everyone's gonna get default fares. Or they'll just forget and then be charged on the train a fine. Okay, I might run to Marine Avenue now. See you there. Okay, so I've just decided to start walking now. I mean, I already walked all the way from Butler to Trinity Estate, Alkimos. It's really not that far. It's all so close to each other here. Such a nice view of the ocean from the hill. But I was just here. What the hell is this sign? They're advertising the Trinity Estate. Look at the last point. Less than 2 kilometers from future Alkimos train station. Seriously, it's been almost 10 months and they still haven't changed this sign. Even though all these houses are like brand new. See, it's in construction, new development, and they still haven't changed the sign that it's changing, that it's open now. And also, like, Butler and Alkimos are just as far from each other here, so they could have just said that Butler's already right next to you anyway. This is definitely a nice place to live, like, in my opinion as well. The train lines over there, all these new developments and shopping centers and parks and schools and the beach, and it looks good as well. A lot of people criticize these northern suburbs because, I mean, it is urban sprawl and removal of a lot of vegetation, but it doesn't even look bad. It looks so good, and it's very, very well maintained. Got paths on both sides of the road, traffic calming measures, still nature reserves within the area. Very good. And that's what I'll be talking about in my university thing that I have to do for Eden Beach. But anyway, I'm gonna walk to one of the bus stops now and actually also become the first passenger to ever actually properly use the 485 from the suburb instead of just going station to station on the second service of the day. Okay, here we are at stop 29230, dated today on Mirabilis Avenue to Butler Station. The second service is about to come in. I'll probably be the first passenger to use it, but I just saw you went the wrong way. So stupid. Of course he went the wrong way. In the first service he was fine, and now he went the wrong way. Let me check if he goes back correctly. Okay, after he finally did a big loop going the wrong way, there he is, going through the Mirabilis Avenue section, which was the whole reason the route didn't exist, between Eden Beach and Trinity Estate in the sand. There goes the 485. First passenger probably to use it on the actual sections. Yes, very much so, another empty bus. So, successfully the first passenger to properly use the 485. There's also the information thing about the changes. It doesn't even say like a new route will start operation. It just says the following routes will undergo additional changes, and then it has what, 485 there. Anyway, time to head up to the 494, I guess. And here we are. This is that train I was saying is still an hour away before. It's just about to hit 8 a.m. 8! And this is the first train of the day towards Yanchep. Crazy.
Perth passengers, your next service is leaving from platform 1 in 10 minutes. This service...
I'll take the next one up to Eglinton, but now we'll just spot the first Alkimos-Bound 485. I'm not going to go on it, otherwise I'm going to miss the 494 later. Oh gosh, lots of blue graffiti in the back there. Up to Yanchep. Also, why do they still have that? Extension to Yanchep starts here. Still not realizing that it's been open for ages. Well, somehow the first Alkimos-Bound 485 is like so late. It's 10 minutes late already. How do you even end up being that late so early on your shift? But oh well, we're just gonna have to go up to Eglinton then for the 494 now. Don't even care about that. It's just, I don't get how he's so late. And we're on set 63 with the new maps, which I've shown you before, but anyway. Actually, you haven't seen it with this sticker, because 123 doesn't have it for some reason. With the Byford stuff, yep. And they actually have
Station,
ads up for the TCL event now. Link up, line up. I love the slogans they always come up with. I don't know why it's so early though. It's 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is like every time the Metronet events get earlier and earlier. Why would you end the celebrations at 1? There's not even a stadium event in the day. Yet, even with this up, they say visit Metronet website for more details. There's still no details about the first train, the VIP train, or any of the buses, so I really hope it comes soon. But anyway, we're on a different Metronet extension project right now with the Yanchep extension up to Eglinton.
is Eglinton.
Very peaceful coming here into the Yanchep extension so early in the morning. I don't think I ever have before. I did once with the A series in peak hour, but not on a Sunday. It's so quiet, of course, but even quieter at such an early morning time. So here we are at Eglinton. As I said before, 494 now has a new deviation to Yanchep Lagoon, which is basically the main beach and kind of attraction in Yanchep for anyone, apart from Yanchep National Park, which you can't even get to with Transperth. So we're gonna go check that out. It's part of the Transperth Oddities series, which I have filmed every other deviation before, so have to go make sure this one's done. It's just one stop, a U-turn, which is really weird because there's already a random U-turn on the 494, but that's not a deviation. It's just every service doing that to serve a small pocket of that area in West Yanchep. And now there's another one, so obviously it's not on the map. See, that's that section I'm saying, Lagoon Drive, but the new deviation goes here, up to that roundabout, there's a stop right there, and then it just goes back. So just right next to Yanchep Lagoon. Now, is this updated? Yes, it is. Deviates via Yanchep Lagoon, J. And as you can see, every single 494 on weekends is a J service, except at nighttime, which is kind of stupid. I think at least the 626 should be one, because like people are there for the sunset. I mean, I know sunset's earlier than that at the moment, but you know, later in the year. So yeah, and then also off-peak on weekdays, all of them are also deviating. It's just peak hour that they're not for that extra U-turn. So this service that we're going to be taking right now is going to be the first Yanchep-bound service to deviate. There was one towards Eglinton already an hour ago, but whatever. It's actually made, again, I swear every time there's a weird U-turn deviation like this, it's made so that both direction services come within a few minutes of each other. There's so many examples of that across the network. So it's really good. If there's no delays, I get on here at Eglinton, I'm gonna go up, get off at the deviation stop, film the bus, go around the U-turn at the bus stop, wait 1 minute, and then the Eglinton-bound service should come through deviating as well. There's probably the bus we'll be taking, and 3492. Is that Joondalup? I think so. It's kind of weird not having the Alkimos buses here. And on here, it's C deviates via Yanchep Lagoon. Now, the other change that happened is the 495 got its frequency halved on weekdays from half hourly to hourly in the middle of the day, which makes sense because who is using that? It's just a straight route along Marmion Avenue with almost no unique sections. So it's extremely useless. But before, it was made so that every 495 continues as a 498 because 498 to Two Rocks is also half hourly, and it still is, which I think is kind of too much in my opinion in the middle of the day. But now, since they have the 495 frequency, they've actually made so that every hourly 496 as well as every hourly 495 then continue as the 498 as every half an hour. So that's only on weekdays though, and that's just a continuation, which I've noticed like half the time doesn't even happen. The drivers just ignore it, so it's not really that serious. Anyway, here comes our service. It's still so stupid that 494 and 496 are on the same stand here when there's so many empty stands, especially when they leave at the same time in peak hours. Look at that. Like, bruh. And then they just follow each other to Yanchep shops anyway, with like no one. Completely empty service as always. Let's see the desto. There we go, Yanchep Station. Via Marmion Avenue, Brazil Drive, via Yanchep Lagoon, brand new desto. Let's go. Yeah, you're gonna go left. There's a new stop. There's a new stop to the left. You gotta go to Yanchep Lagoon. Yeah.
Yeah, what would be kind of a so just wanted to skip the way. I think you can see the traditional rainy season out there here.
Okay, there's the bus at the new stop. Front door exit only. What do you mean? There's so much space. What? They literally made a whole curb. What do you mean front door exit only? Stop 29489. That is the first ever Yanchep-bound service to stop here. Obviously dated today as well. There he goes around the roundabout. And he didn't know about it either. He was about to turn right. And I said, sir, there's a new stop. And he's like, oh, okay, thank you. And off he goes. This is actually really good. Like, they should have done this way earlier. He's actually friendly now. When I first started filming, he was like staring at me and being like, oh, he's frowning when I got on. But now he's waving because I helped him. And he realized why I'm filming. But yeah, this is so good. Look at this shot. This is like the best place that a bus goes next to the beach. It's so beautiful here. I do like Yanchep. I love the Yanchep Lagoon so much. I've come here so many times. But it's always been in the evening at like sunset. Like, I've never been in the morning, and it is actually incredibly busy. I did not expect there to be this many people. All the car bays are taken up. The beach is so busy as well. Now, I swear if the Eglinton-bound service doesn't come here, I'm so screwed. I bet he's not gonna come. Here's the cafe, and there's obviously the beach. Lots of people. I've gone here so many times running down along in the evening. It's a nice spot because of the rocks. It makes a bit of a shallow area. And it's so cool to finally have the bus come along here. 30km/h speed limit to that stop. Oh yes, he is coming. Oh, he's already coming. Well, luckily that guy remembered because the Yanchep-bound one wouldn't have come here. Eglinton Station via Yanchep Lagoon. That is so close behind. Sorry. I gotta get back on the bus. See what perfect timing? Hourly service and they come within 1 minute of each other. I mean, that's bad for actually getting here. But okay, here we are back at Eglinton via Yanchep Lagoon on that one. With completely empty bus services except this one person who decided to steal my front seat, so we got a bit of a brush shot leaving there. But seriously, all these Sunday morning, I mean, it's always empty around here, but even more so on Sunday morning, as I said before. There's a 495 over there, continuing as 498. So that's obviously still normal on the weekend, but as I said, every second service on middle of the day off-peak on weekdays has been withdrawn and replaced by continuing with 496. So that kind of concludes it. We've seen this round of Yanchep bus changes, but I think Yanchep area, I mean like Yanchep Rail Extension area bus changes, I think we're going to be around here a lot more over the next few years, honestly, because as the area continues to constantly expand and the routes get amended, we're going to have to come and refilm. But that's okay. I do like the area. I go here very often myself anyway, as I've said many times. But yeah, there's actually really a lot to criticize about that. I said it was cool that it comes within 1 minute. Yes, that was for me just trying to film the route and getting back onto it. But for actually serving the area, like what the hell? That is the worst possible way to do it. How dumb can they be? Could they not think to instead make it so that it comes like completely as far apart as possible, half an hour apart? Therefore, you could give Yanchep Lagoon a service every half an hour on weekends. I mean, and on weekday, but it's, I don't know the schedule on off-peak weekday, but seriously, it's hourly now. You have an hourly bus to Yanchep Lagoon on weekends when they could have made it half hourly, and then you can just take the train to either Eglinton or Yanchep. If you're coming from the train, obviously a lot of people wouldn't be in, but then they'd just be going from the suburbs. But if you are, it would be so easy. But no, it's hourly now because it comes at the same time. So it's so stupid. It's so bad. Why? They could have changed it. It's so annoying. They just need to reschedule all the 495 and 6, and it would have been fine. They had to change all the shifts anyway because 485 came in. Anyway. I don't know what happened to that 805 first Alkimos-Bound 485. It was like at least 15 minutes late, if not more. So bad. But I guess I'll just go back to Alkimos now and grab my car. I might film the next Alkimos-Bound 485 just come in.
Passengers travelling towards Yanchep, your next service departs from platform 2 in 10 minutes. This service stops at all stations to Yanchep.
Yeah, just so we have that clip. I've already made this way too long again, but that's just how I am. I was actually waiting so long for the 485 to finally be introduced, and then also this extra deviation.
Service leaves from platform 1 in 5 minutes. This service stops all stations to Perth.
So quiet.
This service stops at all stations to Yanchep.
And there we go, back at Alkimos. Oh, terrible lighting. Now I'll just wait for the second Alkimos 45, just so I can get a shot of that coming in. Well, finally, that's the guy who just did the 494 deviation now that did not in service Eglinton to Alkimos, and now he's doing 486 to Butler. That's funny. And yeah, they have changed this since it originally opened. When it first opened, all the buses had to go right and go around that way. And I don't know why, that was so dumb. Now they changed this. It's just this little bit here is only actually a one lane road, so they actually have to wait for each other. But who cares in this desert? Up he goes. I guess the days of only one bus route connecting Butler and Alkimos are over. Lasted 10 months, that bus route. Now we have two, as it should have been, and eventually we'll get the 487 and 488 coming up here too, and whatever else once some building actually starts going on instead of it just being dunes. I'll just film it come down the road, I guess, at the traffic light. Wow, there's actually 2 passengers on that bus. That is surprising. And there's no stops on Marmion Avenue between here and the new section, so most likely they came from the new section. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.